Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
If you don't mind just watching your step as you step up there, if you could put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, can you please sit down, get comfortable, and then state your full name for the record and spell your last name, please.
Dennis Corpora, C-O-R-P-O-R-A.
Sir, I'm just going to ask you if you don't mind to keep your voice up. Jurors number 15 and 16 need to hear you over there, okay? Over here.
Okay.
You see that? Okay, great. Thank you. Prosecutor?
Thank you, Judge. The last witness took the stylus.
Okay.
I don't think you meant it. Mr. Corpora, could you tell us where you live?
I live in Colts-Neck.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm an optician.
Okay. Where do you work? Like, which state do you work in?
I have practices in New York and New Jersey.
Okay. Now, I want to just take you back to November 20th of 2018 in the early morning hours. Do you remember that time frame?
I do.
And how do you remember that?
I remember what happened.
Okay. So let's start there. Did something happen in the early morning hours that required you to make a phone call?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about that, please.
I was lying in bed. I'm a very light sleeper. I seem to hear things all the time if there's a deer out there or something like that. And I heard gunshots that were very concerning, and that's what woke me up.
So you're lying in bed, you heard gunshots, and based upon that, did you immediately call 911?
No.
Okay, talk about what happened.
So when I heard the gunshots, living in Colson, you do hear gunshots sometimes, but they're not like this. I woke up, I heard the gunshots, and I listened a little bit longer, and I said to myself, can I say what I said to myself?
That's up to the judge.
I talk to myself all the time. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. But all kidding aside, whatever you did,
very serious.
Yeah, whatever you did, then go ahead.
I woke up, I heard the shots, and I said, someone just got whacked. Those are the words I said to myself. Those exact words.
Okay.
Now, you didn't see anything, correct?
No, I was laying in bed.
Okay. Approximately how long did you wait before you called 911?
Well, I heard the shots. I remember listening to hear if I heard any screaming after that. My cell phone was on the side, on my nightstand right next to me, on my right-hand side. I screenshot, just the cell phone shows a time. I screenshot it, and then I went back to rest my eyes, and I said to myself, something happened at this exact time. Tomorrow morning, that's why you're taking the screenshot. I waited a little while. I just couldn't go back to sleep. I made a phone call to Colts-Neck Police Department. I'm not sure if it was Colts-Neck Police Department or 911. I was on my phone. And I explained to them I heard gunshots. I didn't want to say exactly what I was thinking. So I kind of went around the bush and said, do we allow hunting in the middle of the night? Meanwhile, I knew that wasn't what it is. I could tell the difference in the shots. And I called it in, and I went back to bed. I couldn't sleep. I called them back again because it was bothering me that something happened at this exact time. And they said we didn't find anything.
So, fair to say, you just described making two separate phone calls?
Yeah, there were two. I just knew something happened. I just had that feeling something happened. So I called back again. because I was interested what happened.
Okay. Now, do you recall approximately what time you heard the shots and/or what time you called 911?
I try to look through my phone for the last few. I can't find my screenshot, but it was 3:20 something as I remember it. I heard the gunshots. I sat for a while, laid down for a while. I waited. I took the screenshot. I went back to closing my eyes, and then I called 911.
Now, prior to testifying in court today, did you review the 911 calls with us?
Yes.
And when you listened to those 911 calls, did they fairly and accurately capture your recollection of the phone conversation with 911?
It was definitely me speaking the 911 call, and I heard what I said. That was me speaking on the phone.
Okay, so that was you on both phone calls?
That was me on both phone calls, yes.
Now, I just want to approach with S-256. Just going to show you what's been marked as S-256 for identification. Do you recognize that?
I mean, it's just my name and 911 call.
Okay. Now, have you reviewed, as we said, the 911 calls that you made on November 20th of 2018? Have you reviewed them prior to today?
Oh, yes.
I know I asked you that already. I'm sorry.
I was in a room where they were playing to me, yes. I don't have a copy of them.
Okay. Now, Judge, I would just ask for permission to publish, play the 911 call, the first one first.
Just give me the number one more time.
I'm sorry, S-256.
S-256.
Would be A and then B.
Any objection? Okay, go ahead.
Hi.
We start.
Colts Neck Police, Operator Ward.
Hey, how are you today?
Hi.
Question, do you have hunting in the middle of the night in Colts Neck or not?
No, you're not allowed to hunt anywhere in the middle of the night.
Like,
Are you hearing gunshots?
I heard gunshots, yeah.
Okay, where are you? Let me send somebody to the area.
Phalanx and River's Edge.
Okay, you don't see anything, you just hear it?
I was in bed and clearly I heard bump, and then one boom. Like, it's just clearly a gunshot.
Okay, absolutely. We'll send somebody right over to the area. And you said you can't see a car or anything that would be involved or anything like that, right? It's pretty dark.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
Okay. What street are you on, just so we can get a reference point?
River's Edge.
You're on River's Edge.
Because my bedroom faces River's Edge and Phalanx. So probably like right away. Just when you seem right.
And how many of them did you hear?
It was five.
Five.
And then 2 second wait and one more.
Okay, let me send somebody where you're at there. Can I just get your name for my record?
Dennis Corpora.
And what's your telephone number, Dennis? Just for my record. We're not going to call you. Okay, and you don't want to speak to an officer. You just wanted the area checked, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care. I just think it would be if it was hunting and they took out a deer, I still would have thought of it. It's Sky Lane. I just don't want anyone else getting shot.
Yeah, let me just double check and make sure. No, I don't think if it was an officer putting down a deer, it would go off that much. And I don't see them doing anything right now. Yeah, so it's not an officer putting a deer down. All right, we'll send somebody right out. Thanks so much for reporting it, Dennis. Have a good morning.
Have a great day.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Sure. Was that you on the call?
That was me on the call.
Okay. And they asked you about your location, correct?
They did.
And what location did you provide to them and why?
I said River's Edge Drive and Phalanx because that's pretty much where I live. I gave them like cross streets.
Now, was it fair to say on that call that you were asked to describe, like, what you heard and, like, how many shots you heard?
She did say, "What did you hear?"
Okay. And did you describe the succession of shots on that call?
I've heard that I did describe it.
Now, after you made the call right here, did you have any contact with police officers? Like, did they come directly to your house?
2 officers came to my house.
Okay. Now, did you get any information at that time, or did you have to call 911 back to find out what ultimately happened?
Oh, excuse me.
Okay.
I
So
didn't
you're talking
understand.
about-
I didn't understand the question.
Okay. Let me just talk to you about November 20th, 2018. You called 911, correct?
Yes.
We just listened to it, right?
Yes.
Right after you called 911, did a police officer come to your house?
No.
Okay. Because you didn't see any police officers, did you later call back to try to find out what happened?
I tried to find out what happened.
Okay. And have you reviewed that second call?
I believe I heard that second call as well.
I'm going to play S256B this time.
No objection.
Okay. Replayed.
Cold Spring Police Operator 185.
Hi, it's actually Dennis Corpora again, but I called you gunshots before.
Okay.
Was everything okay?
And you said, what was the address that you were calling for?
I called from River's Edge and Fallings about the gunshots that I heard.
Yeah, what was the address that you put? It was just Phalanx?
It was Fallings and River's Edge Drive. I heard gunshots. I called in like maybe around 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if there's a disposition they wrote or not.
Oh, okay. So I heard sirens now, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm nervous.
It was unfounded. They didn't find anything.
Okay, thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Kapoor, was that you again on the 911 call?
That was me.
Okay. And at the end of that call, did they tell you the disposition of your 911 call?
They said unfounded.
Okay. No further questions.
Any cross?
Yes. Thank you. Mr. Corpora, good morning. So, the best of your recollection, the call that you placed that night was, you said 3:20 something, right?
Correct.
Which means you don't remember the exact time of the call.
3:20 something.
Right, so you don't remember the exact time, whether it was 3:29, 3:28, 3:27, you don't remember the exact time.
Not the exact time to the second, no.
Okay, or the minute, right? Because you didn't give us the minute, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I could roughly think about what it was, but 3:20 something.
Okay, and but you did speak with a 911 operator, correct?
I did.
Okay, and that person was taking down the information that you were giving them, correct?
I would imagine so, yes.
Okay, and now you met with the prosecutors in this case, correct?
I have.
Okay, and how many times?
Just once.
Once. And
Once that I could remember.
and was there another occasion where officers or detectives came to your house to speak with you as well?
There was a night where 2 detectives, I don't remember their name, came to the house.
Okay, and they wanted to talk to you about this case, right?
Correct,
And
yes.
specifically, they wanted to talk to you about the time of the call. That was part of the conversation.
What they wanted, what did I hear, and did you hear anything else? And that's pretty much what I remember of it.
You told them, meaning either the prosecutors or the detectives, about that screenshot that you had taken, correct? Or that you thought you
Correct.
took?
No, I know I took the screenshot.
Okay, you told them about the screenshot, correct?
I did.
And that was in in the context of the time of the call, correct?
It was after the call, because when I heard the gunshots, I remember waiting to hear if I hear anything else, like screaming, or there was going to be more gunshots. You know, again, I was sleeping, so it takes a little bit of time to process this out of a sleep. And then I took the screenshot, went back to bed. When you say went back to bed, rest my eyes, you know, and I'm staring up at the ceiling. And I knew something happened. I said, I have to call 911. So then I called 911.
Okay, here's the question again, sir. When you spoke with the prosecutors, you discussed the screenshot that you had taken, and the point of you identifying the fact that you took a screenshot was to try to pinpoint the relevant time frame that you had made the call. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And did they show you the CAD report in this case that indicates the record by dispatch when they received the call? Did they show that to you?
I mean, am I thinking back to 2018? Is that when they would have been showing it to me?
Anytime, when you met with them, more recently, anytime. Because you met with them recently, correct?
Yeah. I think they showed me a paper. Would that be a CAD report?
Did they ever inform you that the call was received at 3:33? Or 3:33?
I think they mentioned it came in at 3:33.
Okay. And you told them that you think maybe that's not right, it could be 3:20 something.
I remember when I woke up in the morning, it said 3:20 something.
Okay. And then do you recall telling a detective that you spoke with, we heard from him yesterday, that you waited 1 minute before calling?
I would imagine when I spoke to him, that's 7 years ago, that if I said I waited a minute, you know, waiting a minute, like I'll be there in a minute. Like I don't know, I didn't have a time stamp of how long I waited. You know, I'll be there in a minute. I waited a minute, so I waited, and it just didn't feel right, so I made that phone call to 911.
But when you spoke to the detective in this case, you already knew that something did happen, right? When you said you waited a minute, this was part of the investigation of the aftermath, right? That wasn't the night of the call, correct?
It was a few days later.
Okay, so you live in Colts Neck, you learned what happened, right?
I don't remember when I learned of what happened. I would imagine by the second day, I knew everything about it.
Okay, so when you say that that when you heard the gunshots, it was very concerning, and that someone had just got whacked, right?
Correct.
Is it fair to say that when you're giving information to the detective, you're going to try to be as accurate as possible?
I'm going to try to be as accurate as possible, but it's also, after I heard it, what I said to myself, those words, whacked, was embarrassing that I would use such a word. And I don't think I would have ever said that word ever again.
Okay, so my point is this. Your memory of what happened is obviously much better back then than it is today, correct?
Correct.
Because back then it was only a day or two later, maybe 3 days.
Okay.
Whereas today it's been over 7 years, correct?
Correct, but I still remember it pretty well.
Okay, so if you told the detective, I waited a minute, right, and you were giving him that information to help his investigation, that's probably a little bit more accurate than what you remember today, right?
When I said I waited a minute, it could have been 2 minutes. It could have been 3. Like it wasn't like I'm looking at the watch and the phone and saying how long I waited. I don't know what the time frame was between the phone call
So let
and
me
I
ask
waited.
you this. I'm just going to ask you this, okay?
You got to let him finish, but of course you can ask him whatever you want. Just let him finish his answer. Go ahead.
Are you finished?
I am finished.
When you met with the prosecutors, right, and the detectives, and they're trying to figure out the time that, you made the call or heard the gunshots, and you mentioned the screenshot, you never found the screenshot, correct?
I looked endlessly through my phone and I could not come up with it.
Okay, so the answer is no, you couldn't find it, right?
Correct.
Okay, what about your phone records? Did anyone ask you to just check your phone records? See what time you made the call?
To 911?
Yes.
No. But again, that would be on my screenshot of my phone, I would imagine.
The one you didn't find, right?
The one I didn't find.
Okay, so if you didn't find the screenshot, did anyone ever follow up with you and say, well, can you check your phone records? Because you can go on like My Verizon or something to that effect.
I don't remember ever doing that.
Right, so the question is not whether you remember doing it. The question is, did anyone ever ask you to do it?
I don't remember anyone asking me for phone records.
Well, if they had, you would have given it to them because you want to
100%.
cooperate with the investigation, correct?
100%.
Okay, and no one ever, to your knowledge, subpoenaed your phone records to determine the time of the call, right?
If they would, no one ever told me they did that. If they did it behind my back, I would not know.
Okay, well, no one ever showed you your phone records and said, hey, look, we have your phone records, this is the time of the call. No one did that, right?
No.
Okay. And when you originally called 911, you didn't tell them at that time, I heard the shots 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. You didn't give a time frame when you spoke to 911, correct?
I did not. I think
Okay.
I just said I heard shots.
Right. Would you agree that it was implied that you had just heard them?
Implied to who?
To the 911 dispatcher who's getting the information.
I would imagine they would imply that I heard gunshots and, it was, pretty imminent that I heard them.
Right, okay. And you also said that you heard bump, 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 and then boom. Do you recall saying that on the call just now?
I recall that.
Okay, why is it bump, 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 bump? Was there something different about the boom? Did it sound different?
No, the shots came out. Do you want me to say how I recall them coming out?
Well,
Do you want me to play you in my mind how those gunshots came out?
What I'm asking you, sir, is was there anything different between the bump, 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 bump and the boom as far as did it sound like a different sound? Yes or no?
No, the sound was the same,
Okay. And
but there was a pause.
there was a pause between the bump, 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 and then a pause, and then
There
boom.
was a good pause, and then there was a next shot coming out.
Okay. And when you spoke to the 911 dispatcher and they asked for your location, you said a cross-section that's near where you live, correct?
My street corner and the main street that passed there.
And you said it's River's Edge and...
Phalanx.
Okay. But you didn't say to the 911 operator, like, I heard the shots, they sound a couple miles away, did you?
No.
Did they sound far away?
I heard them clearly.
Okay. So does that mean they sounded close?
Close enough that I heard them distinctively well.
Okay. Were you made aware that you're approximately 2 to 3 miles away from where this...
It could be, but again, you're in the dead of the night in Colts Neck, and where we live is very, very quiet.
Okay.
It was distinctive.
Okay. So when you spoke to the 911 operator, you just said, I heard these shots, and you assumed they were in the nearby vicinity of where you live.
Yes.
And you told the 911 operator that you asked if it was hunting, right? You're like, is someone hunting? Right? That was your question?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
yes.
Okay. And so here's my next question. Did it sound like a rifle or a shotgun?
Absolutely not. It was a pistol.
Okay. Why did you not tell the 911 operator that when you spoke with her? Let me ask you this.
She never asked me to define what kind of gun it was. Or I could only go with my opinion what it sounded like.
Okay. So you didn't inform. Here's yes or no question. You did not inform the 911 operator that that it did not sound like an actual hunting gun.
They never asked me that question.
No, and you never gave that information.
They didn't ask, I didn't answer.
Thank you, I don't have any other questions.
You're up.
No, thanks.
All right, sir, you can step down. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Reports for one quick moment.
Sure.